Hey guys, afternoon here, Mark, Celtic Crossbows. One you guys have asked me about, and this afternoon we're going to be doing the Adderini pistol crossbow versus the Steambow Alligator. We're going to do 6 shots with each, 3 broadhead, 3 bodkin tip. They're going to be the carbon fibres, the lightweights to make it fair, because we know the Adderini doesn't have the same power with a 55-pound limb as the Steambow 90-pound limb, which is virtually double, or at least a third more. So you're going to do using the 2 separate bolts. Let's line that up nicely. The broadheads have a shorter shaft, but they're heavier due to the extra steel. So we're going to try these now to see how they come up on target. Okay guys, in the red corner, we're going coming up first with the Adderini pistol crossbow, EK Archery 55-pound limb. I will be using my carbon fibre bolts first, my bodkin tip, followed by my carbon fibre broadheads. 3 shots of each, all on the same target. So we're just going to load up first the bodkin tips. You've got lovely access with the gate, a nice wide gate. Okay, so here's the broadheads going in now. Shut, locked and loaded, ready to rock and roll. Let's have at it. Okay, and in the blue corner we will be using the Steambow Alligator. It's going to be a similar format. It's going to be loading 3 broadheads first, followed by 3 broadheads. And we're going to see what happens. See you in a minute. So we're at my international firing range. 10 metres on the designated Joerg Sprav, 10 metres on target. We now got my hollow sight fitted. We cocked, we primed, we ready to go. 3 shots first with broadhead. And now, sorry, bodkin point was tipped, now the broadhead. And now we're going to switch over to the Steambow, my fully designated international chipboard target. As you can see, here we have the impact marks from the bodkin tips. None of them stuck in, but they did make a significant impact. The broadheads, as totally expected, they've all stuck in, as you can see. In fact, I can't get the bugger out by hand. I'll do it now in a minute. And we're going to go over now and look at the results from the Steambow. Okay, here we are now with the Steambow. We're going to see how the comparison in usage. And she's empty. Okay, let's go. Okay, here we are, target guys. Totally different set of results you expect from the 90-pound Steambow to the 55-pound Adderini. As you can see here now, I'm going to bring the camera up so you can get a better look. Some of the bolts have sunk. This is the bodkin tips have sunk right in up to the hilt. The broadheads have virtually disappeared into the board. Have a quick look around the back now. Let's bring it forward. Okay, so you look in here now. Punch through there is punch through there. That's the broadheads. The broadheads are punching through the board. So the centre of the board here is completely destroyed. So I'll turn it back round. Looking from above, Let's see if I can get some of them out. Okay guys, and we're back. We've had some really interesting results between the Adderini pistol crossbow and the Steambow Alligator pistol crossbow. Right, we're going to talk about first is the bodkin tips from the Adderini. All three of them buried into approximately the tip and bounced out. I say about half tip and bounced out of solid chipboard. I didn't expect them to stick in, they haven't in previous tests, but however, the broadhead's done a superb job from the 55 pound bow and stuck in to approximately here, which was again as I expected. The broadhead tips cut in through the chipboard like it didn't exist. Now, what I did find surprising was using the Steambow Alligator. The bolts, literally, I had to use a hammer to smack them back over from the other side and a nail to drive them through. Some of them sunk in right up to approximately where my nail is here. So the tip was because the chipboard is 1 inch thick, so it had gone right through and it was starting to protrude on the other side, which was really good penetration. It continued to shock all the way through. This without being a heavyweight bolt with a steel shaft behind it to drive it through more. I think the penetration would have been more. The one thing I discovered was the shock on the broadheads on a solid target. So these was the two which was used in the Steambow. I say two because these two, it's slightly nailed the tips. See them? Which I thought was interesting, because from the Adderini it just drove in smooth and clean, but with the Steambow it hit with such force it had actually started to curve the tip back over from the impacts going through the layers of chipboard going through. The last one, whether it's the shock of the impact, but that snapped clean. There's the other part there. So it was driven into the board. This was the one which I said was pointing through on the other side. So it had driven into the board, it had detached. So this was on one side of the board and it snapped that clean. Now, if you're a prey, be it an animal or otherwise, you're not going to get that out in a hurry. Whatever that's gone into, that's in for life. You're dead. So, yeah, so verdict, if you're going to use these on the Adderini crossbow, they're reusable. I've reused them about 7-8 times the bolts, because I want to use new ones every time. But used in the Steambow with a 90 pound limb, it virtually drove through the board, the shaft detaching from the front half and leaving that in the target. Wherever that went to was dead. So if you're doing home defence, from my theory I work out from this, I would certainly use the Adderini crossbow pistol. It was a faster rate of fire, easy to get on target, so smoother in operation, because you could keep it on target all the time and you did not have to take your eyes off what you was looking at, which was different again to the Steambow. More power, but definitely took out what was in front of you, and it wasn't going to get back up. But you got a slightly slower rate. I say slightly slower for the simple reason, don't forget folks, these repeating crossbows are brand new technology. Haven't been used since the Chinese 2,000 years ago. You know, it's a re-evolution. So I would certainly use this for home defence. But if I was in my bedroom and I heard somebody come up the stairs, I would go to this. For close range, because you're going to be extreme close range, I would shoot at 10 metres. Which is roughly, I think an articulated trailer is 13.3 metres. Seems to ring a bell. So it's nearly the length of just over half the length of articulated lorry trailer, or semi, as you say in America. So using it in extreme close quarters in your home, I would prefer to use this one. Because the last thing you want to be done for is, in the UK at least, is murder. But self-defense is allowed. If you wake up and somebody comes at you with a baseball bat, you are allowed to use the minimum force necessary to remove them from the situation. So if you just happen to be cleaning your crossbow when they break in, and you didn't go to retrieve it, then you're legal. So this is what I would certainly advise. Close range, £55, manoeuvrable, lightweight. It's so lightweight, it's unbelievable. With the hollow sight on as well, projecting your image, and when you're done, you can just take it off, pack it away, and it's that easy. Okay guys, and don't forget, this little beastie, she's for sale over on my coffee channel right now. Thanks and bye bye.